Namaste children, I am Smita, your English teacher from Mangala Vidya Mandira. Class 5th Standard, Subject English. In today's class, let us learn a lesson called as Sabala. So Shabale is pronounced as Sabala. Children, cow is a very useful animal, isn't it? It is a sacred animal. Hindus pray cows during religious occasions. In today's class, let us learn about such sacred cow called as Sabala. So before we start, there is a warm-up activity. Rearrange the following words in the correct order to form meaningful sentences. So you have to complete this and send it through WhatsApp. So let us begin the lesson. Focus on the words as I read. Once there was a sage whose name was Vashishta. He lived in a forest. Vashishta had a cow by name Sabala, also known as Nandini, daughter of Kamadhenu, the heavenly cow. Whenever Vashishta asked her for anything such as food, drink or clothes, she would give them to him. Both of them lived happily in the forest. So once there was a holy man or a religious person. Sage means holy person or religious person. So his name was what? Vashishta, isn't it? He lived in the forest. So he had a cow. The name of the cow was Sabala. So another name of Sabala was Nandini, isn't it? This name you are familiar with. Is it not, children? Usually we name the cow Nandini, isn't it? So she was the daughter of heavenly cow, a sacred cow called Kamadhenu. So this cow gave everything he wanted and they led a very happy life in the forest. One day Kaushika, a powerful king and his soldiers came to the forest. They were hunting. They saw a small hut and decided to rest there for some time. When they came near the hut, Vashishta greeted Kaushika and his men. He prayed to Sabala to give his guests a tasty meal. In minutes, Sabala gave them a tasty meal. Kaushika was impressed by Sabala's special gift. He wanted to take Sabala to his palace. So Kaushika asked Vashishta to give Sabala to him in exchange for 10,000 cows. So one day what happened? Kaushika, a great king, came to the forest with his soldiers for hunting and they decided to take rest in a hut. So by then the sage Vashishta comes, he invites them to his hut and he prays the cow Sabala. Okay. So as a result what happens? Tasty dishes appear in front of them and the sage gives them to the king and soldiers. Now the king was very impressed by this special gift and now he wants to take Sabala to his palace. So Kaushika, the king, asks Vashishta to give the cow to him and in turn he would give what? 10,000 cows. So he asks him to give the cow Sabala and he would give 10,000 cows in exchange for Sabala. Let us see what Vashishta does. But Vashishta refused. Kaushika even offered his entire kingdom and asked for Sabala, but Vashishta still refused. He said, Sabala belongs to the gods and goddesses and she should not be misused. Kaushika decided to take Sabala by force. He put a rope around Sabala's neck and dragged her, but she was not willing to go with the king. But Vashishta, he does not agree. Now Kaushika, he comes forward to give his entire kingdom and he asks for Sabala, but Vashishta still doesn't agree. So he knew that the cow would be misused by the king, isn't it? Now Kaushika gets very angry and he decides to take Sabala by force. So what does he do? He puts a rope around the neck of Sabala and pulls her. Drags means pulls, but she doesn't go with the king. Sabala saw her master's helplessness. She decided to teach Kaushika a lesson. She freed herself, ran and stood next to Vashishta. She underwent an amazing change. Fire gushed out of her eyes. Her head and neck grew larger. Balls of fire came out from her tail. Many soldiers came out from her mouth, udder and her sides. These soldiers chased Kaushika and his men out of the ashram, but they did not kill anyone. Now Sapala looks at the master. So he feels pity at his master's condition. Now the Sabala decides to teach a lesson to Kaushika. So she runs towards Vashishta and then fire comes out of her eyes. Her neck and head becomes bigger. Fire comes out from tail also, and the soldiers also come out of her mouth and udder. Udder is that part of the cow where milk is stored. Okay, so these soldiers chase Kaushika and the soldiers away from the ashram, but they do not kill anyone. Kaushika realized that he was not powerful enough and could not win anything by force. He left his kingdom and went into the forest to become a sage. After many years of prayer and meditation, he became a true sage and came to be called Vishwamitra. So Vishwamitra means the friend of the world. Now Kaushika, he now feels that he cannot achieve anything by force. So he goes to the forest and he becomes a sage. He starts meditation. He starts meditating. So after years of meditation, he becomes a true hermit. And he was called as Vishwamitra. So what is the meaning of Vishwamitra? Friend of the world. Children, Vishwamitra he was a great sage. So Puranas say that only 24 rishis have understood the whole meaning of Gayatri mantra. So, and Vishwamitra is supposed to be the first and Yajnavalkya is supposed to be the last. So I hope you have understood this lesson, children. So this lesson focuses on the fact that nothing will be gained by force. So what we acquire by force doesn't belong to us. Okay. Now let us go to the homework part. The homework for today is you have to write a paragraph on cow. Okay. You have to write a paragraph on cow. Okay, children, coming to the grammar part, what is known as tenses. Now, what is a tense? Tense means time. The word tense indicates the time of an action or an event. So, there are three main tenses in English. They are present tense, past tense and future tense. Now, what is the present tense? Present tense focuses on present time. It is used for actions which are happening now. So, present tense denotes the actions that are happening now or at present. For example, she reads a book, he brushes his teeth, I drink a cup of coffee. So all these words, reads, brushes and drink indicates that the action is happening at the present time. Now coming to the next tense, what is called as the past tense. The past tense is used to describe things that have already happened. So it places an action or situation in past time. It is used to talk about actions that happened earlier, maybe long ago, yesterday, an hour before, or last week, etc. So let us go through the examples, children. I ate breakfast in the morning. She danced gracefully. I wrote a story yesterday. So all these words ate, danced and wrote indicates that the actions has already happened. Now coming to the next tense, what is called as a future tense. Now future tense describes things that are yet to happen. So it refers to those actions that have not happened yet but that is expected to happen in the future. Therefore the words will go, will play, will write are used. Okay. So for example, look at these examples here. I will buy a new pen today. She will cook the food later. I will go to the exhibition tomorrow. So all these words will buy, will cook, will go, all this indicates that the action is yet to happen and it has not yet happened. Now coming to the next. In the present tense there are four types. They are simple present tense, present continuous tense, present perfect tense and present perfect continuous tense. So today let us learn in brief the simple present tense. The first type of present tense called as the simple present tense. Okay, now coming to the next type, what is called as a simple present tense. Now what is simple present tense? Simple present tense is a tense that expresses action in the present time, habitual actions and general truths. Now, what are these habitual actions? Habitual actions are those actions that occur regularly, repeatedly, or frequently. For example, he walks to school every day. I brush my teeth regularly. Okay, so these are all the habitual actions. So it might also indicate the general truths. So general truths are used to express the facts that are always true or events that always happen. For example, the sun rises in the east or the ice melts when heated. All these are the general truths. So the simple present, also called as present simple or present indefinite, is used to show repetition, habit or generalization. All those actions which we repeatedly do or we do habitually. Okay, now coming to the homework part. Children, the homework is already given to you, isn't it? So complete that homework and send it through WhatsApp. Thank you, children.